Ladies and gentlemen, I just finished watching all of Dexter. Every season, including Original Sin. Didn't put out my review for that one yet. We'll get to that in time for sure. But a couple of you guys asked me what I would do personally to have changed the ending. And I'm talking about season 8, and I'm also talking about New Blood. So we're going to kind of talk about both in this video because I have thoughts for both of them, coincidentally. Anyway, so I did want to talk about this. I don't typically like making videos where it's like, what would I do to change it? Because I'm not a fucking writer. I don't know how to write. I just am a fan. And that's what this whole channel is about, is me being a fan, a critical fan, for sure. But I feel like this is necessary for this show. I just do, because the ending was just... oh my God, a baby could have written it better. Like, I don't know how they ended up with the ending they did. I'm still very angry about it. Actually, as a matter of fact, I'm apoplectic. I'm very, 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 very angry about the ending. But in my imaginary world, I am the writer now. So Scott Buck, get the fuck out of here. It's my turn, okay? Thank you. So if I were to ever recreate Dexter with the exact premise we had, even season 6, which I thought was shit, I would literally change one thing. I would make sure at the end of season 7 that Deb shot Dexter. Boom, done. That's how I would finish the show. Because all we got in season 8 was shit. At least if you had killed Dexter instead of LaGuerta in that season, you still have that satisfaction that Miami knew, and they'd eventually, even if you didn't see it on screen, or maybe you just need a few more minutes to show some of that on screen, you at least like have that satisfaction that you got a manhunt, you got Deb figuring it out, and you got finality to Dexter. I obviously know that Clyde Phillips wouldn't have wanted that. I know in his perfect world, which we might get in Resurrection, he wanted he wanted Dexter to be caught in Miami and get the lethal injection, and before he dies, he looks out into the room and he sees all the people he's killed. I think that's a great ending. I actually hope they do that in Resurrection, because it really would be a great way to end the show for sure. But honestly, if we're talking about the original series, all you need to do is change who she pointed the gun at and click boom to. That's it. And Deb would have killed him, and that would have been a really poetic way for the show to end. That's it. That's how I would have fixed that. So there's that one. Now we're going to talk about New Blood, because I also think that New Blood in and of itself could have been changed. I'm putting out my review. I don't know if it'll be out today or tomorrow, but definitely check out and be subscribed to the channel because it's on there already, or it will be tomorrow. I don't know. Regardless, what I would do for New Blood is something a little different. New Blood, in and of itself, I actually personally do not mind the ending too. Is it what I wanted? Absolutely not. But for the story they told, I actually really liked it. I thought the story was solid and the way they killed Dexter was good. But it's only really good if you ignore the fact that there were 8 seasons prior of Dexter in Miami. That's it. If you pretend that didn't exist, this was a perfect season of TV. It really was. It was a great, well, maybe not perfect. There was a lot of contrivances, but still, it was a great season that anyone could watch if you pretend that the Miami Homicide Department didn't know about Dexter Morgan. Anyway, whatever. What I would do to fix this is one simple thing early on that would shatter the rest of the season. I would make sure the podcasting girl, the one who came into town and was annoying as shit, I would make sure in maybe like episode 2, she bumps into Dexter, because obviously we all know that she followed the Trinity case very closely and knows about Rita Morgan, knows about, in theory, should probably know about Dexter Morgan and Deb Morgan because of their affiliations with Trinity and stuff like that. Like I would have to imagine that as someone who does all those things with the podcast, she knows these things. I would have her bump into Dexter early on in her time in Iron Lake and be like, Dexter Morgan? And he's like, no, this is Jim Lindsay. And she's like, oh, wait a minute. So then she goes to Dexter's girlfriend, because she's been annoying him the entire time, tells her that early on. The suspicion happens like in episode 2, maybe episode 3. She figures it out, calls Miami, and then it becomes a season of the manhunt. If you had just done that, things would have been a lot better. A lot better. And I don't know all the intricacies for what I would do here and there. That's not what this video is about. I'm going to move my hands a little bit more, but that's what I would do. I feel like in a perfect world, you don't need a New Blood. Realistically, in a perfect world, you don't, because season 8 should have given finality to the show. It really, really should have, but Showtime wanted to be greedy, and Scott Buck Buck, I should say not bunk bed, Jesus Christ, Scott Buck shouldn't have been an idiot. It doesn't take that much to write something. Literally, I could wipe my ass and tell a better story than what they gave us. Literally, like never mind, I'm not going to get into details of that. That's gross. But regardless, I am being dead serious. Anyone could have written a better ending. Anyone could have written a better ending than what we got. Thank you, Scott Buck. So yeah, these are the things that I would do, but I'd love to hear from you. This is actually one of the quicker videos on my channel, but I'd love to hear from you down in the comments what you would do to change the ending to Dexter. Both of them, one of them, doesn't matter. Let me know down there. And with all that out of the way, thank you again so much for watching this video. And until the next one, I'll talk to you later. Peace out.